Hello, good afternoon.
Hello, teacher. Good afternoon.
Hello, Miss Tram. Are we going to wait for Miss Rose for today?
Yes.
Okay, Miss. Okay, let me just prepare our material. I actually remember that last time Miss Rose informed us that she will be off today.
Yes.
Do you recall that? So, are we going to wait for her confirmation or shall we start with our class, Miss Tram?
Yeah. Yes.
Shall we start?
Yes. We
Okay.
can start now.
All right. So last meeting, we already finished all our lessons or discussions about our unit number one, which is about impression. Okay. So of course, aside from impression, the next important thing about working is of course finding and sustaining our motivation. All right. So, what do
Yeah.
we mean by motivation, Miss Trom? What is your understanding of the word motivation?
Yes. Motivation is about we encourage other to do something.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay, correct. So, when we say motivation, it is our driving force to do something or to do something better, okay, or even
Yes.
the best. Okay, because when you are motivated to do something, you go beyond what is required. Right. Now, in terms of motivation, of course, in our workplace, there are different factors that may help us be motivated in our work. Okay. Now,
Yeah.
which of these things motivate you in your job? Okay. So let us read first what are the different factors. Let's start from this word. Can you please read the word, Miss Tram?
Oh, I can see screen.
Can you see it now?
No.
It is already shared.
Okay, I can see. I can
Okay.
see it now. Yeah.
Okay. Now let's read the
Colleague.
first one. We have
Yes.
colleagues, correct? How about this one?
Colleague. Uh, Gives for achieving targets,
Correct. How about this?
training, money, interesting work, promotion, flexible hours.
And the last one, hold on. The phrase I might have deleted it. This one is what we call job security. Okay, what's the
Yes.
last one?
Job security.
Okay. Now, given those different factors, Miss Tao, which of these things motivate you in your job?
One thing. Uh,
Mm, you may select one or two.
okay. I choose. If I have two things in the table, I would like to money and
Mm-hmm.
interesting work.
Ah, okay. So these are the two things that motivate you in your work. So we have money and, of course, interesting work. Now, can you tell
Yes.
me, Miss Tram, why do these two things motivate you?
Yes, I think both of money and interesting works help me do what I like and like what I do.
Mm-hmm. Correct. correct, right? Practically speaking.
Yeah.
So, well, it begins with interesting work, right? So, if we
Yeah.
love and we enjoy what we are doing, of course, we are motivated to do it, and you will surely do your best even
Yeah.
without someone checking on you, right?
Yes.
Because you find it interesting. And since you
Yeah.
keep on working, doing interesting work, of course, you will be compensated,
Yeah.
right?
It's when I can work with interesting work.
Mm-hmm.
I will create a lot of my valuable, so it can create much money.
Mhm. Correct, correct. Because if your bosses would see you doing your best in your work, of course, everything follows, right? You
Yeah.
will be able to reach your target. And if you reach your target, definitely you will have a reward. And that reward can be in the form of money. Or
Yeah.
if not, it can also be promotion,
Yes.
right? So that's it. Okay, these two are actually the driving force, okay, of many of us when it comes to work. Because
Yeah.
if you are paid well, then motivation is not a question there, right? But of
Yeah.
course, realistically speaking, there are also jobs that pay well,
Yeah.
but they still are not motivated in their work. Okay, others would have concerns with colleagues, others would worry about promotion. Okay, so for us, okay, we have the same answer. So
Yeah.
it's interesting work and of course money.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you for sharing, Miss Tram. How about these questions, Miss Tram? Have you ever worked, okay, for no money? So we said earlier that money is one of, the factors that motivate us. But have you ever worked for no money?
Yes. I have ever worked for no money. It's about when I join in a project, or
Mm-hmm.
I participate. I participate in some volunteer project in social.
Ah, so you participated in some volunteer projects.
Yeah.
Ah, when was that, Miss Tram?
Uh, when it's after some uh, flood, no, a storm
Ah,
of my
okay.
country. I with my friend in our country went to remote mountain to help uh, those who in it.
Mhm. Okay. And that's a good cause. Okay. Because if you volunteer, okay, to do some social civic works, then, well, as we know, volunteer works have no money in return. But of course, you feel the satisfaction, right? And what
Yeah.
was your motivation back then to volunteer in that cause, in that project?
That because I was so happy because I can contribute uh, uh, my value to social especially I have some uh, children eldest to have
Mm-hmm.
some with food clothes it make me feel uh, it make it makes me feel happy and can contribute to social.
Mm-hmm. Correct. So there is satisfaction with what you did that time. Okay. So when we say satisfaction and fulfillment, it is a deeper sense of happiness, right? That
Yeah,
you performed, you did the job, that work, not because of money, but because you want to have purpose. Okay. And
Yes.
that's a deeper level of happiness. Okay. So
Yeah.
for our lesson or sample reading text for today, Miss Tram, we will read about another type of work with no money. Okay. And I think all of us went through this, and that's about internships. Okay. So after we
Yeah.
read, we will answer the questions: why do interns often work for no money? What is their motivation? And if you have similar internships for the people in your country. Okay. Now let's take a look at our featured text. Now, let us read about internships, a step on the career ladder or unpaid labor. Yeah, let's start.
Internships. A step on the career ladder or unpaid labor. The internship is a well-known starting point for any new graduate looking for their first step onto the career ladder. It's a good way to get hands-on work experience and a sure shot to any future employer that you have plenty of self-motivation. Many global companies now offer internship programs in the USA. Google recruits
3,000.
30,000 interns in the summer, promising the chance to do cool things that matter. The Bank of China runs an 18-week program. In Japan, one software company runs a 4-day internship with a cash incentive of £100,000
Yen.
and yen.
Yen.
Yeah. And the Big Four audit companies Deloitte, Deloitte, uh, I,
Ernst and Young.
Ernst and Young, KPMG, and PwC employ more than 30,000 interns per year in office in different countries. Quick may lead to a full-time position later on. It is true that the majority of internships do not come with a cash reward or the promise of a job offer. For many, an internship can mean some unpaid hours spent making coffee and doing someone's photocopying. However, you have to start somewhere, and in most cases, it will benefit you in the long run. Alongside some manual tasks, you'll be learning about the professional work environment and meeting future contacts. One key piece of advice when you begin is to
Sorry. Is to.
when you begin is to let the company know your area of interest. Find out if they can help you improve your performance in certain skills. Companies appreciate it when
Appreciate.
appreciate it when interns show interest in this way, and they will reward your enthusiasm with a reference, phone praise, and recognition of your achievements. This could make all the difference at your first interview for a paid job.
Okay. Now, based on what you have read, Miss Tram, what is internship?
I think internship is who just I have just graduated from college or university or to join the company to do some task is uh, it helps them improve their working skill.
Correct. So when we say intern or internships, this is a period in an undergraduate life wherein they will have like a practice on the real world. So they go to different companies or they apply for internships for them to experience how to work in a certain company. Now let us go back to our previous questions, Miss Tram. Okay, why do interns often work for no money?
Mm. Interns often work for no money uh, because uh, because they looking for their first step onto the career ladder. So this is a good way to say improve their work skill.
Correct, correct. So interns or students who undergo in this kind of program don't have a monetary benefit for their service because number one, they only work for shorter hours. So a normal employee would work for 8 hours at most, but the interns can just work for like 2 hours, 3 hours, depending on the
Uh,
agreement of the company and their university. Okay, so there
yeah,
is an agreement. So they don't work full time. And then they only do menial tasks. Okay, so what do we mean by menial task? These are the easy task only. Okay.
mm,
So, for example, they will just make your coffee or they will just observe. They are not there to actually own, okay, the job or do everything, okay, without supervision. Okay.
yeah,
So, they will just be there to assist, to observe, but not really to own the position. Okay.
yeah.
So, most of the time, okay, the interns are not paid. Okay. And what is the motivation of those students to work with no pay?
Uh,
Yeah, let's go back.
okay, yes. Because uh, also they cannot get money, but uh, an internship uh, uh, can get a lot of benefit in the long run. Uh,
Correct. What are those benefits?
yes. Uh, they can learning. They can learn about the professional work environment and meeting future contacts.
Correct.
And yeah,
Okay, so they can learn about the professional work environment, right?
yeah.
Aside from
Uh,
that,
aside from that, they can improve their performance in certain skills, and
okay.
they yeah
And
uh, and in that way they uh, can recognize their achievement in the future.
Correct. Well, the most important thing here is that since you are just starting, okay, in your work career, in your work life, this is the most important thing that the reason why you should be motivated and enthusiastic in doing your work, even if you are just an intern, because the company or whoever is your partner can give you a reference full of praise and recognition of your achievement, which can have an impact on your first job application. Okay. So this
Yeah.
is true because when I underwent the internship program for teachers here in the Philippines, of course, you have to do your best. You have to make sure that you be of great help to your partner teacher. And so I included my partner teacher, okay, as my reference list. Okay, even I applied for my first job here in the Philippines. So it's a great help, okay, because they can make or break your career. So, if a reference is full of praise and recognition, if they will say that you are indeed someone who has the capability to do the job, then it could make the difference in your first job interview. Okay,
Yeah.
so interns should, give their best, even if they are not paid in their work. Okay, how about
Yeah.
in your experience, Miss Tram? How was your internship experience when you were in the university?
When I was in university,
Mm-hmm.
I had chance to internship at a company in FMCG sector. Uh,
Mm.
so now I also work in FMCG work sector now.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
So same
Uh,
company.
no, as the same industry.
Oh, same industry. I
Yes, the
see.
same industry. When I when I intern in a big cost company.
Mm-hmm.
I also intern at planning department,
Mm.
and I can learn from them about how to make a report, how
Mm-hmm.
to deal with the uh, think with deal deal with some problem
Mm-hmm.
in
Problems or concerns?
problem from supplier or logistic.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and and the and in the CEO and CEO in this company appreciate me and ask me about I can could I can work in this company at a marketer.
Hmm. Oh, so
But
you had a job offer back then. Did you
yes,
accept?
yes, no,
Why
because
not?
in that time I want to because this company operates in um I mean the a pass a pair of government company.
Mm.
So the money is higher than other company.
Another company.
So yes, so I want to work in a global company.
Mm-hmm. Global company. So you
So
have a better opportunity.
yes, so now I work in a Japan company.
Oh, of course
Uh,
that's higher pay, right?
yeah,
And we have to be practical on that, right? So that's it, right? So if you do your job during the internship properly, the company may offer you a position, okay? But of course, you can take down because you are free to choose in whatever company you would want to apply. Right. So thank you, Miss Tram, for sharing about your experience and your internship period of your life. And I'm sure it is still happening in the present time. There are still students who undergo internships. Okay,
yeah,
so the thing here is that of course generations may change. Okay, the new graduates or the those who will graduate may have a different approach when it comes to doing the work. Okay, but we should teach them Okay, especially if someone is under our care, we have to train them on how to improve in their work performance. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, let's take a look at some of the statements here. Now, are these statements true or false based on the article that we have read? Okay, let's read the first one, Miss Tram.
Uh, Internships are not very common
Okay, is it true or false?
in the fall.
All right, correct. So this one is false because internship is internships are very common, okay, across the
Yeah.
globe. Okay, how about number two?
You can earn money on some internships. It's true.
Okay, it is true. Correct.
Yeah.
There are companies who give money. How about number
Yeah.
three?
At the end, most companies offer their internship a job. What company offer? I true. True.
Mm, well, we have here, okay, most
Most
companies.
four
Well,
four.
it's actually
Yeah.
false because
Four.
not all. Okay.
Yeah.
How
No.
about number four?
Don't expect every aspect of an internship to be interesting. Don't expect every. I think four.
This is actually false. Okay.
Yeah.
You have to expect that everything is interesting so that you will perform well. How about number
Yeah.
five?
It's it's a good idea to tell people what you are interested in learning about. True.
It is true.
Yeah.
Okay. Why do you think? Oh, sorry. It should be T. So, why do you think it is a good idea to tell people what you are interested to learn about?
Oh, because it can uh, it can motivate people to be an internship in the future because in intern can get a lot of opportunity to sell career ladder.
Correct, correct. And of course, if you're an intern and you want to really learn from your partner in the company, you have to say what are the things that you want to learn so that your partner would also guide you on what to teach, how to train you, and what to inform you about the work. And let's have number
Yes.
6.
A good reference from an internship can help you get a job. True.
Okay, this one is true. Okay, it can. Okay, because if you don't have your work experience yet, especially if you are a fresh graduate, it is important to have good references from your internship because this is where the companies you are applying for would call and verify your work performance. Okay, so it is important. Okay, and it may cost you your job if the references are not impressive. Okay. So thank you, Ms. Ram, for answering this activity. Now let's take a look at our activity number 4. Okay, let's look at the words in bold in the article and match each words in 1 to 5 with the correct definition, A or B. Okay, so let's try to define the following by choosing which of the two option is the meaning of the word. Let's take a look at for number 1, we have enthusiasm. Hey, can you say this word again, Ms. Tram?
Enthusiasm.
All right. So, what is enthusiasm and what is self motivation?
Personally, enthusiasm. I think enthusiasm is B. Strong feeling of excitement or interesting in something.
Correct. And self motivation is?
Is A.
Okay, correct. So, when we say enthusiasm, it is a strong feeling of excitement. Okay. So when you are enthusiastic, you are happy, you have the energy, and you are also optimistic. Okay.
Yeah.
So what do we mean by optimistic?
Optimistic is means you can see the good aspect of problem.
Correct. So you can see the goodness and the positive things about the surroundings. So you are a positive thinker. Okay.
Yeah.
So it is always okay in that characteristic. So when you are enthusiastic, you are always happy, you are excited, and you're optimistic. Correct. And
Yeah.
self motivation, okay, this one is deeply rooted in ourselves. Okay, so
Yeah.
it's your personal interest. Okay, so if you know what you like, then that's self motivation. How about
Yeah.
number two? What is reward and what is incentive? Oops.
Divorce is A.
Okay, so it's something that you receive. Okay,
Yes.
and what is incentive?
Incentive is something offered that make you want to work harder or do better.
Okay, good. So these two can can be almost the same, right? So when we say reward, okay, it can be uh well, let's take a look at this one. Okay, I think we interchange it. Okay, because when we say incentive, normally in a company it's money. How about in your company, Miss Tram? Okay, what is a form of incentive given to the employees?
It about some benefits of
Mm-hmm.
my company, like give like give the employee some gift if they reach their goal.
Mm-hmm.
In some national day of Asia, they can get uh,
Mm-hmm.
gift some money.
Mm-hmm. All right, good. Because well, it depends. Because here in the Philippines, when we say incentive, it is money. Okay, it is well not always, but usually it's money. Okay, so it is anything you receive for doing something well. For example, you reach the target sales, then you will have your incentive. Okay,
Yeah,
the reward is something that makes you want to work harder or do better. For example, the reward could be like a 5 day vacation leave. Okay. So it's something offered not to everyone, okay, but for a select number of employees that would make you work harder or do better,
yes.
right? How about for number three? Okay, what is achievement and what is performance?
Achievement is the things you have done successfully with your own effort and skills.
Correct. How about letter B? Performance.
Performance is how well or how badly you do something.
Okay, correct. So when we talk about performance, of course, so it's not always how well you do something, it's also how badly you do something. How about for number four, we have the term benefit and appreciate. Okay, what are the difference between the two?
Yes, benefit is to be useful to somebody or something, and appreciate is to recognize the good qualities of somebody.
Okay, correct. So appreciation is recognition, okay, recognizing something.
Yeah.
And let's have praise and recognition.
Praise is telling someone that you approve of or admire what they have done, and recognition is publicity saying that someone have done well.
Okay. Correct. So when we say praise, this is actually more of a casual thing. So, for example, you appreciate your colleague. So you can say, oh, you did a good job today. Okay. But when it comes to recognition, this is now a formal way and a public way of appreciating someone's effort. Okay. So praise can be given every day, every hour, for as long as you see something good in the workplace. Recognition can be given quarterly, annually, depending on the policy of the company. Okay. So praise casual, recognition formal. Okay. So thank you, Ms. Trump, for giving your answers to our activity number 4. Now, these are the different terms that we also can use whenever we talk about motivation. Okay. Now, moving on, let us take a look at our listening activity. Okay, so in here, we will listen to 3 people talking about their jobs and we'll answer questions 1 to 3. So we'll answer question number 1: what job does each speaker do? What benefits, rewards, and incentives does their company offer or provide? And number 3, what other factors give them job satisfaction? Okay, so you may write down the information that you will hear, and then later on, we'll talk about your answers to the questions. Are you ready, Ms. Tram? Okay, shall we start? Okay, now let me play the audio now. Let's start with the first person.
Unit 2, 2.1. 1.
My job involves visiting different hotels to sell various ranges of soap, shampoo, and other toiletries for their guests. My sales territory covers the whole of Germany and Austria. I love my job. I get a lot of fulfillment from meeting new people and from the travel. I can't imagine being stuck in the same place all the time. I also value the autonomy the job gives me. I have to report to my manager once a week, but apart from that, I'm responsible for all day-to-day decisions and organization. Because I'm on the road so much of the time, I'm provided with the essential benefits like a BlackBerry and a laptop and a company car, of course. I get quite a good basic salary, but what is also very important for me is the amount I can earn in commission. I get 15% of everything I sell, and there's no upper limit. And that's a big incentive for me because I'm one of the top-selling salespeople. My company are very generous with rewards too. You know, merchandise, vouchers, social events. I do think these help me to do my job better. It's nice to be acknowledged and recognized for my achievements.
2. Every month we have a sales competition with lots of prizes, and each dealership has to send in figures for the month to head office, you know, to show them how well we're doing.
Sorry,
And
teacher.
then, if you've met your targets,
I want listen one person and answer after listen one
Okay.
person because
All
I
right.
cannot
Okay.
remember long.
Sure, sure. Do you want to listen again to Claudia?
Yes.
Okay, so let's listen again and we'll answer questions 1 to 3.
Unit
Yeah.
2, 2.1. 1.
My job involves visiting different hotels to sell various ranges of soap, shampoo, and other toiletries for their guests. My sales territory covers the whole of Germany and Austria. I love my job. I get a lot of fulfillment from meeting new people and from the travel. I can't imagine being stuck in the same place all the time. I also value the autonomy the job gives me. I have to report to my manager once a week, but apart from that, I'm responsible for all day-to-day decisions and organization. Because I'm on the road so much of the time, I'm provided with the essential benefits like a BlackBerry and a laptop and a company car, of course. I get quite a good basic salary, but what is also very important for me is the amount I can earn in commission. I get 15% of everything I sell, and there's no upper limit. And that's a big incentive for me because I'm one of the top-selling salespeople. My company are very generous with rewards too. You know, merchandise, vouchers, social events. I do think these help me to do my job better. It's nice to be acknowledged and recognized for my achievements.
All right, so that's the last part of our first sharing. Okay, so that's the sharing of Claudia. Now, let's answer the first question, Miss Tram. What job does Claudia do based on the sharing?
Claudia is seller.
Correct. So she is a salesperson, okay,
Yeah,
who sells soap to different hotels. Okay. How
yeah.
about number two? What benefits, rewards, or incentives does her company provide? Let's start with benefits.
Can he can the company provide her BlackBerry laptop, company car, and salary, basic salary.
Mm-hmm. Correct. And of course, a good salary, right?
Mm.
How about for the incentives or rewards?
He can receive 15% for outcome for her outcome.
Okay, correct. So there is 15%. The term for that is commission
Yeah,
for her sales, right? So
yeah,
every item that she would sold would have 15% commission, which will be added to her salary. Okay. And
yeah.
what other incentives does the company provide?
Merchandise, voucher,
Okay. So
event,
there's voucher.
right.
And she also mentioned
social,
social events,
social
right?
event. Yeah.
Okay, correct. So these are all the benefits, rewards, and incentives that Claudia shared in her sharing. Now, what other factors give her job satisfaction?
Uh, as her income is no limit independent her outcome
Correct. So
and
there
and
is
the and the company recognize her achievements.
correct. So there is also company recognition aside from, of course, the big commissions.
Yeah,
Okay. So, of course, based on her sharing, money is also a factor that gives her job satisfaction, right? Now, she mentioned here, okay, before BlackBerry is, a famous brand of phone. Okay, so
yeah,
this is the same status as Apple, right?
yeah,
So, but right now we don't have BlackBerry anymore. It's an obsolete brand. But before, it's actually one of the high-end phones. Okay, so very good, Miss Tram, for taking note of these information. Okay, now let's have the second person, Peter. Okay, so let's get to know Peter based on the sharing.
2. Every month we have a sales competition with lots of prizes, and each dealership has to send in figures for the month to head office, to show them how well we're doing. And then, if you've met your targets, you get reward vouchers for things like, I don't know, a hot air balloon trip or a spa treatment or something. And I usually give these to someone on my sales team, whoever deserves them. I think it works well. It motivates them. But the real value of prizes is that it helps to make people feel appreciated. Positive feedback and praise are very important. They do a lot for job satisfaction. Managers like myself don't get monthly prizes. The real incentive for us is that if we make the grade, we get invited on a special trip once a year. It really makes you feel positive about working for the company. You feel valued, like an important member of the team. Last year it was a week in Africa and a chance to climb Mount Kilimanjaro, and that's something I'll never forget. The company also thinks that development is important for staff morale, so there are lots of opportunities for training. Not just staff development, but non-professional training like horticulture or painting. That's a popular benefit of the job, but one of the biggest perks is the very generous staff discount we get on all our models. And when you're talking about a new car, you're talking about a lot of money. 3.
Okay. Do you want to listen again?
Yes.
Okay.
We have a sale.
Because I'm one of the top selling. My company other, I do think these help me to do my job better. It's nice.
Every month we have a sales competition with lots of prizes, and each dealership has to send in figures for the month to head office, to show them how well we're doing. And then, if you've met your targets, you get reward vouchers for things like, a hot air balloon trip or a spa treatment or something. And I usually give these to someone on my sales team, whoever deserves them. I think it works well. It motivates them. But the real value of prizes is that it helps to make people feel appreciated. Positive feedback and praise are very important. They do a lot for job satisfaction. Managers like myself don't get monthly prizes. The real incentive for us is that if we make the grade, we get invited on a special trip once a year. It really makes you feel positive about working for the company. You feel valued, like an important member of the team. Last year it was a week in Africa and a chance to climb Mount Kilimanjaro, and that's something I'll never forget. The company also thinks that development is important for staff morale, so there are lots of opportunities for training. Not just staff development, but non-professional training like horticulture or painting. That's a popular benefit of the job, but one of the biggest perks is the very generous staff discount we get on all our models. And when you're talking about a new car, you're talking about a lot of money.
Okay, so that's the last part of Peter's sharing. Okay, what the job does Peter do?
Peter is also a seller.
Okay, and what kind of item does he sell?
Uh, I
Okay,
don't
he is
forget.
a so to be more
Car.
specific, okay, he is a
Yeah.
car dealer. Okay,
Yeah.
so he is one of those people who sell cars. Okay,
Okay.
and based on the sharing, Miss Tram, what benefits, rewards, or incentives does his company provide?
When he reach his target, he can give remote voucher or trip a year.
Okay, or there is a special trip, right?
Trip.
Once a
Yes.
year.
Yeah.
Anything else?
He also the company also appreciate him and give him some training course.
Okay. So they
Training
are
course.
training sessions both for professional and non-professional
Yeah.
trainings, right?
And incentive is new car, a lot of money.
Mhm. Okay, so there is, well, it's not technically a new car, but a very generous staff discount on cars. Okay, so if they want to buy a new car, then there is a discount for them. Okay,
Yes.
so those are the benefits, rewards, and for the incentive, of course, if you are a car dealer, there is also commission. Although in the sharing part of Peter, he did not mention the percentage of the commission, but he just said that selling a car, you're talking about a lot of money. Okay?
Yeah.
And well, we know that when you work in a car dealership company, they definitely give incentives in the form of commissions.
Uh,
Okay. So thank you. Next, let's have number 3. So let's learn about Macy.
3.
There are a lot of popular misconceptions about this job, you know? I mean, people seem to think you get to travel all over the place and see different countries every week, but that's only true on long-haul flights. Most of the time, it's a fast turnaround and back to checking seatbelts and serving drinks. So, on a regular basis, the travel really isn't that exciting. But one of the main benefits is a staff discount. Me, my husband, my kids, even my parents, we get hugely reduced fares when we use the airline. And that's when we can really travel and see the world. The salary's okay, a little below average maybe, but the compensation plan is good. Let's see, it includes a profit-sharing scheme, a non-contributory pension plan. We have private medical insurance, and there are incentives like attendance rewards and on-time bonuses. So all in all, yeah, it's a pretty good deal. One of the good things about the company is that we do get appreciation when we do our jobs well. Senior management actually comes around and thanks us personally when we've met our targets, and that certainly gives me a sense of achievement.
Okay, now let's listen to it one more time.
Talking about a new car, you're talking about a lot of money.
3.
There are a lot of popular misconceptions about this job, you know? I mean, people seem to think you get to travel all over the place and see different countries every week, but that's only true on long-haul flights. Most of the time, it's a fast turnaround and back to checking seatbelts and serving drinks. So, on a regular basis, the travel really isn't that exciting. But one of the main benefits is a staff discount. Me, my husband, my kids, even my parents, we get hugely reduced fares when we use the airline. And that's when we can really travel and see the world. The salary's okay, a little below average maybe, but the compensation plan is good. Let's see, it includes a profit-sharing scheme, a non-contributory pension plan. We have private medical insurance, and there are incentives like attendance rewards and on-time bonuses. So all in all, yeah, it's a pretty good deal. One of the good things about the company is that we do get appreciation when we do our jobs well. Senior management actually comes around and thanks us personally when we've met our targets, and that certainly gives me a sense of achievement.
All right, so that's the last part for the sharing of Macy. And let's answer number 1. What job does she do?
I hear he remind about travel.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so we actually have clues, but she did not mention the exact
Yes,
kind of work, right? So
yes.
we heard that she travels a lot. Okay, that there is a misconception about her job. So she also made mention about airline. So we could say that she is working in an airline company as a flight attendant. Okay, because the flight
Uh,
attendant and the pilot usually travels, right?
yeah.
And then what are the benefits, rewards, and incentives does her company provide?
Uh, Tickets discount for her family.
Mm-hmm, correct. So there is ticket or a staff discount for airline ticket.
Yeah. Uh, a good salary.
Mhm.
Mm, you mentioned about medical, but I can't hear exactly.
That's well, medical insurance. Okay.
Yes,
So it's a
medical
medical
insurance.
insurance.
Mm, and get appreciation from her company.
Okay, so they get appreciation from the company. Correct. Is that all?
Uh, uh, I remember that non-country, but I can hear. Can you hear me?
All right. So let me help you on that. So when it comes to benefits, rewards, and incentives, she actually shared a lot. Okay. So aside
Yeah.
from the staff discount and the good salary, so she also mentioned about the profit sharing scheme. Okay. So when we say profit sharing scheme, this is like a benefit that the company may offer that would give you a percentage from the profit of the entire company. Okay, but very limited company would offer this kind of benefit. She also mentioned about the pension plan, okay, or what she calls the non-contributory pension plan. So when we say non-contributory pension plan, this is offered by the company. So you don't have to pay for it because it's non-contributory. So the company will shoulder your pension plan. Okay, of course, this would depend on the number of years that you work for the company. Okay. And she also mentioned about medical insurance is there. As for the rewards, okay, they also get on-time bonuses, which is very important. On-time bonuses. And she also mentioned about attendance reward. Okay, so those are the different benefits, rewards, and incentives that her company offers or provides. Okay, so thank you, Ms. Tram, for answering our set of questions based on the sharing of the three people in our listening activity. Now, before we move on to the next part of our discussion, let me just share with you some of the vocabulary terms that we have heard from the conversation. Now, let me use a different material. Okay, this is also about business English. I used this in my previous class, and this also highlights everything about a company. Okay, so let's take a look at the different vocabulary terms that we have heard from the lesson. Okay, we'll skip on these, but we'll focus on the vocabulary. Okay, so of course we have salary. What is a salary, Miss Tram?
Salary is amount of money that you get from your company for a month.
Correct. So when we talk about salary, it is a fixed regular payment that you get monthly or bi-weekly. So when we say bi-weekly, twice, okay, twice a month. Okay. So how about you, Miss Tram? Do you get your salary monthly or bi-weekly?
I get my salary by money, monthly.
By monthly. I see. Okay, because here in the Philippines, there are jobs that receive their salary bi-weekly, so twice a month.
Oh,
So it's either 15 or 30 or 10, 22. So you get the half of it, okay, bi-weekly. Okay. And then when we talk about salary, it is not based on the number of hours worked. Okay.
yeah.
So if your contract would tell that you have to work for 8 hours, then that is your standard. You will be paid based on your 8 hour work time. And when we talk about salary, it is usually associated with white collar jobs, okay, like office work, professional works, etc. Now, aside from the term salary, we also have the word wage. Okay,
Yeah.
now, what is a
Uh,
wage, Miss Tram? Are you familiar with this term?
yeah. Where's money you uh, can get? uh, dependent on your time to contribute the job.
Correct, correct. So when we say wage, yeah, payment based on the number of hours. Okay.
Yeah.
So for example, in my case, as an ESL teacher, I get wage depending on the number of work hours I work. Okay. But if it's a salary, of course, there is a contract. Okay. And yeah, it is calculated by hourly, daily, or piece rate basis. Okay. So when we say piece rate basis, project based. Okay. So for example, if you finish a project, then you will get the equivalent money for that. Okay. So that's about salary and wages. Okay. And then the key differences, okay, when it comes to stability, salaries, okay, offer stability. Okay, because you are sure that every month you will get the same amount or more than that, but not lower, except if you have absences. But wages do not offer stability. Okay, again, because it depends on the number of hours. Over time, salaried employees sometimes, okay, they do not receive overtime pay. Okay, while hourly workers usually do. Okay, how about in your company, Miss Tram? Do you get overtime pay?
My company divides two parts. Uh, with staff, we cannot receive overtime, but for the worker, they can get overtime because they have to work dependent on production line.
Mm, I see. Okay. Well, it's actually the same here in the Philippines. Yes, since I am also a teacher here in the Philippines, we don't receive overtime pay. So even if you work until afternoon, okay, there's no equivalent monetary benefit for that because they don't offer overtime pay. But other companies like the businesses, okay, they give overtime pay. And then work hours, salaried workers may work longer hours, okay, while each earners paid for each hour. Okay. So that's the difference between salary and wages. Next term, when it comes to benefits, we also hear about the term remuneration. Okay, can you please say this term again, Miss Tram?
Remuneration.
Okay, what is a remuneration? Okay, let's read.
The total payment an employee receives for their work or service.
Our services. Okay. So when we say
Services.
remuneration, it's the total amount of money that you receive. So it includes your salary, your bonuses, commissions, and any other financial payment. So when you say how much is your remuneration, you have to give the total of everything, not just your salary. Okay. So it is primarily the money paid to an employee. So, for example, your monthly remuneration. Okay, so in other companies, especially in US and the UK, they don't just ask about salary. They ask about the total remuneration. So that includes everything that will be added to what you will receive. Okay.
It's not just like gross salary.
Yes, the gross salary.
Yes.
Okay. And then we also have the term compensation. What is compensation, Ms. Tram?
Compensation. I don't know.
Okay, we have read this one, right? We have heard it in the audio earlier. So when we say compensation, okay, can you please read the definition?
The complete package of
Oh,
both financial and non-financial rewards give to an employee.
all right. So when we say
Uh,
compensation, this is now the combination. So remuneration, money. Compensation, money, and the non-financial rewards. Okay, so for example, okay, we have the salary, the bonuses, commissions, benefits like health insurance, retirement plans, medical insurance, and any other perks that the company may offer. Okay. So when you ask how much is the compensation or what are the compensation, then you have to give okay all the benefits and rewards that you receive from your company. Okay. Okay, so let's take a look at the difference now. Okay, so these are the two differences. Okay, so again, remuneration focus on monetary, money payment, compensation, everything that you receive from the company. Okay. Next one, we also have, okay, when we say earn, what does it mean?
Uh, on is to receive money in exchange for work done or services
Rendered.
rendered.
Okay, so the services that you've done in the company. Okay, so of course you earn money through that. And then we also have overtime. Again, Miss Tram, what is overtime?
Overtime is money you get when you work over a fixed time
Uh,
in a contract.
okay, correct. So that's additional work hours. Okay, and of course, sometimes you also get additional pay. Okay, how about you, Miss Tram? Do you work overtime?
Sometimes I work overtime, but I can but the company don't pay overtime for me.
That's good. You know what? When I was, just beginning in the field of education,
Yeah,
I used to spend a lot of overtime.
yeah.
I work beyond 8 hours. But then I realized it's just a waste of time because, well, you don't get paid for that. So instead of working overtime, I looked for another work.
Uh,
So now I am working two jobs.
yeah, yeah.
So I work in the
What job?
morning.
Uh,
In the morning I work in the public school here in the Philippines, and then in the afternoon and evening I teach online.
yeah. So
So
exciting.
yeah. So, but sometimes it's exhausting. Okay. But, well, if you enjoy it, then you don't feel tired.
Yeah.
Right. So that's overtime. And then we also have what we call perks. Okay. Can you say this word again?
Books.
All right. What do we mean by perks? So we also heard this term based on the sharing of the three people in the listening activity. So when we say perks, okay, can you please read it?
Non-monetary benefits given to employees, often related to their job position.
Okay, so when we say perks, non-monetary, but okay, the company give it to you. So for example, free gym membership, company car, discounts. Okay. How about in your company, Miss Tram? What are the perks that your company offer?
Mm, company car.
Company car.
Yeah.
Okay, others would also have like free coffee, free lunch.
Mm,
Okay, so those are the perks. Next one, of course, company car. It's a vehicle provided by the employer. Since your company offer a company car, can you bring the company car to your home?
no, the company, we just only use the company car on the road I get to the company.
Mm, I see. Okay, because well, this is actually I'm not familiar with it. Because well, education teacher, you don't get a company car unless you buy your own car. So I thought
Yeah.
you can bring it at home. So it's not. So I'm learning from you, Miss Tram.
Yeah.
Okay. We also have, oh, what we call fringe benefits. Okay. Can you please read this term?
Fringe benefits.
All right. So, what do we mean by fringe benefits? Okay. So, these are additional compensation provided to employees beyond wages or salary. So, other companies would label it as fringe benefits. Okay. Like, for example, this one. So, health insurance, paid vacation, and retirement plans. Okay, so earlier we have heard about perks. So perks is casual. If you want to sound more formal, then you can use the term fringe benefits.
Um,
Okay, so
okay.
those are the examples of fringe benefits. And well, you already know health insurance, okay, paid
Yes.
vacation or retirement plan. Okay, next term, we also have what we call, okay, this one.
Benefit package.
Okay, what do we mean
Package.
by that?
A collection of additional perks and benefits provided to employees.
Okay, so you can actually ask this if you apply for a job. So you can ask them what are the benefits package, and they would give you all the benefits that are included once you are hired.
Yeah.
And we also have this one, the share options. Okay, so this is the same as profit sharing scheme, okay, that we listened to earlier. So this is an opportunity for employees to buy company shares at a lower price. Okay, so this is only given to employees who are already, staying in the company for a long time. So they
Yeah.
can buy shares. So they are partly shareholders of the company. And then we also have what we call tips and commission. So, what is the difference between tip and commission, Miss Tram?
Uh, Tips or commission. Commission is money that company gives you when you reach your selling goal.
Mm-hmm. Correct. How about tips?
Tip is when customer gives you because you give them good service.
Mm-hmm. Correct, correct. So when we talk about tips, well, it talks about service that is provided to you, and you give it directly, okay,
Yeah.
to the person who offered the service. And the amount varies. Okay, so you can give, just few amount, or if you are very generous, huge amount for the tip. And the common jobs that receive tips are the following: the waiters, the bartenders, hotel staff. Okay, while commission, this is given to the employee by the company. Okay, so it is based on sales performance. So if you reach your target, then a percentage of the sale will be given to you. Okay, so these are the example of jobs that receive commission. Okay, how about in your company, Miss Tram? Do you also receive commission?
Mm, yes, I have commission once a year. It
Mm, once
depends
a year.
on selling targets of
Mm,
my company.
so it depends. The percentage depends on the target sales.
Yeah.
Ah, okay, I see. Because well, when this is given for businesses, okay, so if you
Yeah.
are a salesperson, an agent, a dealer, then you earn a lot of commission. Okay, so those are the different terms. Do we still have some more? Okay, we also have a boardroom row, but this is not part of the benefits anymore.
I so sorry, teacher. Wait me a moment.
Okay, sure.
Okay.
All right. So, boardroom row, well, this is about conflict, so we'll not include it anymore. Okay, but we have here what we call severance pay. Okay, what is a severance pay, Miss Tram?
Severance pay is money given to employees when they are laid off or let go from a company.
Okay, so let's say, for example, there are excess in the number of employees, and the company will have to lay off. Okay, so when we say lay off, they will remove, okay,
Uh,
some members of the company. Then it is a must for the company to give severance pay. Okay, so this one is different from the amount that you will receive once you resign from the company. Okay.
yes,
So this one, if the company will remove you, so they will give you equal to 6 months salary. But it depends on the rule or the policy of the country and the company for the severance pay.
yeah.
Okay. So those are the different examples of terms, okay, that you may encounter whenever you talk about, benefits, rewards, and incentives. Okay. Now, let's try to use those words in conversation. Okay. So, we have here an activity. So, we have to complete the expressions using the words that we learned earlier. Okay, let's start from the first part. Okay, let's read this part, Miss Tram.
I get paid every month rather than every week. I
How
see.
about you?
You get a salary, not wage.
Okay, very good. So that's salary. How about for number two?
I usually have to work late. I don't get paid of it, but I do get percentage of for every photocopy I sell. So you don't get o- overtime pay,
Mm-hmm. But you do get.
but uh, you do get wage.
Okay, is it wage? Okay, hit this one. Percentage for every photocopier I
Uh,
sell. It's
it uh,
starts with letter C.
see commitment
Okay, it's commission. Okay, so
commission.
commission is the percentage. Okay. How about
Yeah.
for number three?
And the people in production get a if they can reach their target. Get people in production can get a reward
Okay, well, it can be a reward or it can also be
bonus
bonus. Okay,
bonus.
how about number four?
And the HR agreed the company pays for medical treatment if we get ill and the company restaurant is fantastic. Fantastic. Wow, the company benefit sound very nice.
Let's see. Okay, so we have here medical treatment and restaurant. Okay, so if you have restaurant or free lunch, then that is company
Okay.
perks.
Okay.
Okay,
Uh,
how about number five?
and they've given me a company car to
Correct.
go. Yeah. What's more, they're very good scammy where the company pays in money for us to get when we don't work anymore.
Mhm.
Yes, it's important to get a good benefits when the company pay in money for it.
Okay, what is the money that you get when you don't work or you can't work anymore? Usually because of old age. It's
Mm, pension.
it's pension. Okay, so when we say pension,
Pension.
it's the money that you get when you don't work or when you can't work anymore. Usually, this is for old age. Okay, so when we are old already, so we will get pension. And let's
Mm,
have number 7.
the total is brilliant. Total benefit
Okay, so we call it the benefits package.
package.
Okay,
Yeah.
so it talks about all the things that you can get from working in that company. Okay,
Yeah.
so those are the different words or vocabulary that I want you to be familiar when we talk about rewards, benefits, and incentives. Well, because those are the things that matter. Okay, and those are the factors, okay, that would help someone be motivated to work. Okay, now if you are going to, of course, set up your own company, Miss Tram, what kind of benefits would you want to give to your employer, to your employees, rather?
Benefit or a competitive salary,
Mhm. Mhm.
uh, health insurance,
Health insurance too. Okay, so
uh,
what else? So you will give them competitive salary, health insurance.
and training costs.
Okay. So your company will also shoulder training costs. Very good. And let's take a look at the different terms, okay, that we learned from this lesson or topic so far. Now, which of these words and phrases from the listening are material benefits? Okay, let's focus first on material benefits. Which of these are material benefits?
Uh, profit sharing scheme,
Okay, good. What else?
uh, company car,
Correct.
commission,
Okay, commission, correct.
staff discount, um, on-time bonus, uh, private medical insurance, compensation plan.
Anything else?
Price.
Praise is
No
not a
price.
material.
Yes.
How about this one? Non-contributory pension.
Yes.
Okay, this is also a material because it's money.
Yeah.
And we can also categorize attendance reward because
Attendant
sometimes
reward.
attendance reward is material. Okay, sometimes
Yes.
money, sometimes trip, right? All right, and all the others are non-material benefits. Okay,
Few. Yes. All of.
correct.
Yeah.
Now let's take a look at this question, Ms. Satram. Which of the material benefits are standard in an employment contract in your country?
In my country. Mm, a profit sharing scheme.
You have this. I
The
see.
staff discount. On-time bonus.
Mhm.
Um, standard private medical insurance.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Is that all?
Yeah, company car.
Ah, it's common. Okay, because you have it in your company, right?
Yeah.
Ah, I see. Okay. Well, we actually have the same, as far as I know, right? Because, well, I'm working in a different field. Okay, so in our field, we have what do we have? We have on-time bonus, very important.
Yeah.
We also have attendance reward. Okay,
Yeah.
like you'll get, but well, it's a form of just certificate. Okay, but sometimes you'll get like voucher for having perfect attendance. We
Yeah.
also have, well, since I'm working in the education field, okay, I think those two. Okay, we don't
Yes.
have company car, we don't have commission, we don't have staff discount, and we don't have profit sharing because I am working in the government. And
Uh,
then we also don't have non-contributory pension because we have to contribute for our pension plan. Okay, so those are, well, the benefits, the material benefits that we receive in our country and your country. Now, since we also highlighted here what we call non-material benefits, okay, how important to you are the non-material benefits, Ms. Tram?
important. Uh, I think the non-material benefits is very important to me, especially the uh, training and the company recognition. Because when we work in a fair environment, a working environment, uh, we can I can contribute my core value to the organize tổ chức for the company.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I also want gain a chance to uh, receive some training course and promotion. It means the company recognize me.
Yeah. Correct. And sometimes it's not just the money, right, that
Yeah,
we are after in a company. We also want the sense of belongingness and the feeling that our efforts are seen. Okay, because, well, beyond the money, we want to feel that we are valued and that we are
yeah,
considered as the asset of the company. Right. So thank you so much, Miss Tram, for all your sharings about our lesson.
yeah,
Now we will continue with the next part of our lesson on our next meeting. So that will be all,
yeah,
and I'll see you again next Saturday,
yeah.
Miss
Thank
Tram.
you and bye bye, teacher.